So, Melissa, before we start, I just want to say that the first time we came here, it was 8 years ago. We were in a tiny little room somewhere in Comic-Con, and nobody knew who we were. The first season hadn't even aired, and I think there were 20 people there. We showed the first 10 minutes of our pilot, and now we're in Hall H. How does that feel, Tyler?
Yeah, this is the coolest!
So we want to thank Comic-Con and all the fans at Comic-Con first for making us feel so special here.
Yeah, thank you guys. This is the coolest thing ever. Comic-Con is the greatest thing to do as a group of friends and coworkers, and you guys make it so cool for us. We're not worthy. We don't deserve you guys. Thank you so much.
All right, so take it away, Melissa.
All right. So, first question. 100 episodes is a rarity for shows like ours. So this is to Tyler, Dylan, and Lyndon. What was it like going from the pilot to the 100th episode, that journey? What was it like for you?
Oh, my God.
I know, right?
It was...
It was a blip.
A little bit, yeah.
You were 18?
We were 18 when we got started on the show, and we're like, we're adults now. Right? 25? That's an adult?
Yeah, full-grown adult.
We're grown-ass men! It's really emotional for me. And the only time it ever really gets emotional for me is when I talk about it like this, or when I see something really sentimental. Like over the years, they put together this little trailer that just showed every single promotion, promo that we did for the show. And it's just, since I was there for every single one of them, it's just, it's hard to explain how close this show is to my heart and how close everybody here is to me. And they, they make me happier and they save my life and they just show me that, love is alive. And they're also incredibly talented, every single one of them, every single person here. And Jeff, thank you for giving us the coolest opportunity ever, man. I mean, we're the best buds ever, and this wouldn't have been possible without you. And
I'll tell one little story about you.
Please, yeah, take it away.
On the 100th episode of a show, and it is amazing for our show to have 100 episodes. I never thought that a show called Teen Wolf would get to 100 episodes. But when we were cutting the cake, you do a cake when you get 100 episodes, and we had the knife brought over, all of our cast and crew were there, and Tyler hands me the knife and says, "Cut the cake, Jeff." And I said, "Tyler, you're the only one who's been in all 100 episodes." And I handed the knife back to him. It was his cake to cut.
Yeah. Cool, thanks.
By the way, my goal here is to make Tyler weep, to really make him cry. It's happening.
Well, you succeeded, you asshole.
So throw in that question, Dylan, what's it like to have gone from the pilot, where we were freezing our asses off in Georgia, to here, to 100 episodes?
Yeah, I mean, I got to echo what Tyler said. It's just been, it's nothing but emotional now that it's over. And, for me, this will always be such a special thing for me. And, this was my first part ever. I still remember, getting the call from my manager that I got the part of Styles, in my little apartment in Westwood with my buddies. And I was going to be going out to shoot this pilot and entering this whole new, phase in my life. I didn't even know that at the time. I got a job. And the fact that it made, 7 years later, we're 25, we just finished. It's just amazing, and it's an amazing group of people, and it's just been a family, and it'll always be a family. And I'll always miss this character and this show. And so, it's it's amazing, so it's sad. It's sad. It makes me super emotional. I'm getting shaky right now, even talking about it.
Melissa, you weren't there on our initial pilot presentation, but you're in the pilot, so the question's for you, too.
Oh, it's been life-changing and amazing and spectacular and sad and every emotion that you could possibly feel. I feel like I think every time we're asked, we always say we're friends and we're family, and we can pick up whenever time has left off, and that's just a beautiful thing. There hasn't been many dust-ups, and I'm very thankful for that, and it's just been, it's been seconds. It feels like it's been seconds. What can I say?
Best
This is
seconds
an
of my
effort.
life.
Feel like we're going down. I feel like we're going down.
No.
We need to bring this back
All right.
up.
No,
Lyndon,
it's
bring
okay
us
to be
back up.
down.
All right, let me think. This season, we had a lot of characters who came back to Beacon Hills. Charlie, what was it like coming back?
Oh man, I mean, I'm lucky that my character didn't die. You know, the saying is that nobody ever dies on Teen Wolf, but I was definitely grateful to have run off to wherever I went to as Ethan. Coming back, I mean, to kind of echo what you all just said, it is such a great set. I've been lucky to be on different sets, and every job has its virtues, but this is a family. So I know you all know that Hecklin's coming back, Colton's coming back, some other people coming back. We all talked to each other, and we were like, we have to go back, and we have to make sure that we do something great for the fans and something that we get to do for fun. So it's a blast. I can't wait for you guys to see these next 10 episodes, because I think when you know a show's going to end, you give it your all, and everybody's all in. So it's a good ride.
All right, so I get to ask the next question. This one's for Shelley. Shelley, you came in with us during season 3. And I want to know, your character's been in many, many episodes. Has your character ended up, without giving away too many spoilers, where you think it would have ended up?
Oh, that's a good question.
And is it the right ending for Malia?
I never could have predicted this. Somebody tell him what happens. So Dylan, Malia winds up with Scott, maybe?
Be careful here, because somebody from the audience is going to throw something at my head.
No, do they wind up together? I don't know, but you do see us in the shower in the trailer, so we'll see what happens. But you know, I think the hardest part for Malia, her biggest challenge was fitting into the pack, and Styles' character was very instrumental, as you know, to help Malia get into that pack and behave. So to see the trajectory of Malia, it's fun as an actor to play. But I don't think I would have predicted. I wouldn't have predicted this. But I also didn't predict that I'd stay on the show for this many seasons.
Yeah.
And you keep me there. So I've been very, very blessed for that.
I sat Dylan Sprayberry next to me so I could make him talk.
Say something, dude.
So what?
Say something.
Hi.
First of all, did Liam end up where you think he'd end up? Is it a good ending for Liam's character? Were you happy with your death scene?
Yeah. Yeah.
You were really good in it.
In the death scene? Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone kicked me in the nuts in the death scene, so that wasn't nice. But other than that, it was.
Sorry.
What?
What?
Someone kicked you in the nuts?
Yeah, my death scene.
Sorry.
Do you remember coming into audition?
I do. Yeah. Is that what the question is?
It's gonna be.
Okay. What was the question?
Abort.
Start backpedaling.
What was it like to audition?
Yeah, auditioning was really, really fun.
Because you auditioned for a different role.
Yeah, I auditioned for the young Derek thing, which I think I had like 4 auditions for that or something.
Yes.
It was funny because I had like a lot of auditions for that character, which I didn't get, and then I came in once for Liam and got that.
Do you remember auditioning with these 2 boys?
I do. I remember walking into the parking lot like with my grandma. I think I was with with Grandma Rose.
Yeah.
And I saw Dylan, I think, in the parking lot walking in, and then I saw Tyler in the kitchen, and then we all talked about skateboarding and stuff, and then went and auditioned. And I was really nervous, but
Were they good to you?
They were good to me. We talked a lot before, which made me a lot less nervous.
I remember some of this.
I was
I
like,
actually have video evidence of some of this.
I actually want to see.
No way!
Yes.
And speaking of scenes, I've got a question for Kylan and Sprayberry. Oh. Do you guys have a favorite scene that you have done together?
Bro, we gotta think.
Oh,
There's a couple though.
there's a
like,
lot. All of my scenes.
All of the scenes that we've filmed together are
been great. I think. Remember that video game scene we did in season 4?
the first one.
Yeah, the first one.
Yeah,
remember
yeah,
that scene?
yeah.
In season 4 when we played video games?
We got another one though.
We got another one.
The one coming up.
The
is
one
pretty
coming
good.
up is dope. I think that's a good one. You guys gotta get ready for that. I think right off the bat, like running with a real life wolf. This guy.
That was really fun.
Because like that was the first time I ever did like any action thing with Teen Wolf, and I was so stoked, and I got to do it with this guy, with a real wolf too.
Yeah.
Like they fed him meat. Like the wolf was not a dog.
They were
it was
throwing
raw
steak
meat,
at it.
and they held him with a chain. Like it was a wolf.
They had a chain, not even a leash. It was a
crazy.
chain.
Yeah, I think
A rusted chain. No.
Yeah, any scene with this guy is fun.
All right, I got another question. I got a Cody question.
Yeah.
I want to make sure we get everyone to answer here. Cody, you have a favorite Theo scene, and do you think Malia and Theo should have ended up together?
Yeah.
I heard that.
Can I direct that question to the audience of the Malia and Theo thing? No, yes, no. I don't want to answer it because if I say the wrong thing, I don't want objects thrown at my
Wise
face.
move.
You're screwed either way. So.
Yeah, I'm just not going to participate. I'm going to plead the fifth on this one. Man, there's been a lot of great scenes. Honestly, Jad, I think the scene in the finale is one of my favorites. You know, it's coming up. I think you guys are really going to love it. It's such an insight into this character and who this guy is, you know.
That one was a special scene.
It was a moment, man. It was a moment. I think the fans really get a glimpse into not me naked, but you know, maybe. I mean, maybe that's coming up. But I think the fans really get to see the heart of Theo, and that's something that I'm very excited about.
I've got a lot more to say about that scene after it airs.
Yeah.
You'll have to wait. Yeah. I wish we could tell you guys about it. Lyndon, what's our next question?
Well, that was sort of my question that I was thinking about asking. But so, when during, and this is, I'll start with asking Mr. Posey, when did you know in this series that it was more than just a job, that it was something special? Was there a moment that you went, boom, bingo, got it?
I mean, I think from the second that I booked it, because I at that time I had been acting for 12 years, I think, and I had never done like a leading role, and so I was really excited to get this show, and I knew that going into it, it wouldn't be just a job for me. It would be kind of like finding my purpose, you know, because I don't just want to act or be famous or anything like that. I want to inspire people and have fun and show people that life is, you know, you don't have to take it too seriously and just have fun. And then when I met Dill, God damn it. Get out of here! Get out of here! Get out of here! Turn off the lights, please. I need the lights to be turned off.
Cry in the dark.
Play it back in. When I met Dill and everything that we were talking about before we booked the show, we were talking about moving in with each other and just felt really right, and it felt really cool. I never had too many buddies growing up as an actor that were in the industry, because I never really related with a lot of kids. And so he and we were both wearing skateboard clothes, company clothes?
Company clothes.
He was wearing a DVS shirt, I was wearing a Hurley shirt, and so those are both like skateboard brands. And I felt like there was a total like...
Both had bands.
And we were both in bands, we were both musicians, and we just had a lot in common with each other. And we were both the same exact age, and it was just the greatest. And I felt like going into it, it was never going to be a job. It was always going to be. There was so much incentive for me to enjoy what I was doing. You know, it wasn't just work; it was friendship, and finding my purpose in life, and becoming an adult, and making a difference.
You were the best leader.
Yeah. Dylan, was there a moment in the show that for you realized that it was something special? One specific moment that you went, this is more than just a normal job?
For me?
Yeah.
Jesus. For me, it was never a job. I mean, it was so far, especially from the beginning. You know, I was a kid out of high school
who had never acted before, and I just like, you know, tried out auditioning and like got this part and met Tyler and just couldn't have been more excited to now go and experience this. And it was also new to me, and being on a set and working as an actor, it was, you know, I was just winging it too. This show became my entire school, you know, that I went to every day to learn what I was doing, to be on set and in front of a camera and learn about the, you know, whole process that I was in love with. I mean, you know, I was so, this show started that way, and then it always became home throughout, you know, even when I got another part or went and did something else in between on a hiatus, I just couldn't wait to come home, you know, and couldn't wait to suit up as Styles again. You know, I'd get all pumped, and I'd get so excited that I get to go back to Styles because I love him so much. And so...
We couldn't wait either.
That was what?
We couldn't wait either. We were so excited when you'd come back.
I remember you guys, season 1, and I was talking to both of you, and I said, as the leads of this show, it's your responsibility. You are the host of the party. You set the tone on the set. And we all talk about family. We talk about all this, and they did. They set the tone. They made this set what it is. They created the atmosphere. They created the family. They created the joy. And thank you.
Yeah.
I know
Guys.
a lot of shows say this, but if this show is true, everybody up here really likes each other. Although, like, when shows get to like the 6th, 7th season, they kind of all hate each other. They don't want to be in the same scene with each other anymore. But everybody here, and it makes me very proud of them too, is that they've all remained really good friends. And Melissa, you and I have talked about this before, which is when the show became special. I know the moments when it became special to me. What about you? That same question to you.
I think it was special along the way, but when you're reminiscing and you realize that you've never had a bad day on set, like really, when you really think about it, you've never had a bad day on set because everyone that worked on Teen Wolf, cast and crew, wanted to be there. And that when I look back on it, that's what I feel.
Hi, guys.
Hello. Hey.
First of all, I want to say thank you. I love Teen Wolf.
Thank you.
It's the best. My question is, you guys have been doing this for so long. Is there a moment or a lesson that you guys are going to take back with you even after everything is done?
Who wants to start?
I think that's a really good one. It's hard to kind of comprise just everything that we've learned into one moment. But one of the things, I mean, it's awesome working with such talented actors. And I think one of the things that I've learned is just to put your all into it. That's one thing that I see that everyone does, puts 110%. Whether that's getting into character, whether that's showing up early, whatever it is, putting your 100% effort into something, it always pays off. So that's one of the things that I think I've learned working.
Yeah, I agree with that. Working hard.
Working hard.
Working hard. There's no better payoff. We worked really, really, really hard, and you know our payoff is incredible. Look at you guys.
Yeah.
It's the coolest.
I think too, between the culture on set and the dynamics between everybody in the cast, and even with the fandom, like you guys have always encouraged our authenticity. And everybody who you see up here, this is very much who they are as people. And as I go out into the world after having worked on Teen Wolf, thank you all. You all encourage all of us to be our most authentic selves. And I think that will take everybody quite far. So.
And I think for me, what was amazing is we never settled. And that came from the top down. That started with Jeff and went all the way down. Okay was never good enough. And we never settled. And I think that 6 years later, we're pretty much proud of every single episode that we did. So that's something.
Amen.
Also to say that not many shows make it to their 100th episode, and so I think I speak for all of us. We're very grateful.
Yeah.
It's very, very grateful to be here, so thank you.
Hell yeah.
I kind
Dylan?
of want to jump in on this as well. I feel very, very fortunate and very lucky to even be sitting here right now, and it's something I don't take for granted. And this show is kind of just, oh, thank you, I love you too. Oh my God, this is like it's unreal for me. This is all still very, very new. Just being a part of this show, just sitting here with these talented people, it just reminds me that anything in life, you know, once you make that decision, it is possible. It is, you are capable of doing and creating anything that you want. And you know, this show really has, it's reminded me of that. And each and every one of you remind me of that every single day. So, you know, again, to reiterate, thank you.
Sprayberry.
Oh yeah. Well, that for Cody's question. Yeah.
Cody.
I'd say the one thing that I took away from filming was just I learned how to be, I guess, lighthearted all the time. You know, I learned how to take my jobs, or like how to be serious while working, but not take anything too seriously. Because we've all just managed to have so much fun the whole time. Yeah. No, we I don't think there's ever been like a too serious moment on set. No one's lost their cool. Like, we'll do a scene and then just have fun right after and in between and before, and that's just what made it so easy to work on the show for this long, I think, and for everyone else as well.
I think it's really a good thing to say, man. I totally agree with you. Don't take yourself too seriously.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like everyone's, you know, never take yourself too seriously, but take the work seriously. And I feel like we've always done that. We've always had so much fun together. But also, no one's ever slacked off on set. Everyone's always poured their heart into everything we ever did. And the grateful thing, too, I'm going to just echo. And, you know, I mean, this is the first thing I ever did again, you know, and like, and for it to be something so special. And also, well, just to have success and to last this long and be 100 episodes, I know how rare that is, too. That's not lost on me. And so I really, I couldn't be more grateful for the experience and how well it did and how much time we all got to spend together. The hours, man. I mean, my God. And I know that this is a special thing, you know, and also I couldn't have asked for a more special role either. You know, to this day, and I'm sure this will still maintain true for the rest of my career, I'll always look back at Styles, I think, as just being my ultimate favorite. I mean, just like, you know, it's just the best character a guy can ask for. And it's the best first thing I could have asked for, and it's just, so none of that's lost on me. And so I think going forward, too, I'll just always kind of appreciate when something's, you know, special like this.
What does it feel like? Because when I was growing up, we were big Michael J. Fox fans. Back to the Future was huge. Styles was Jerry Levine.
Yeah.
Styles was a guy. Styles was the guy who rode the van and with Michael J. Fox van surfing. Yeah. What does it feel like to know that most people know you as Styles now, not that guy in that Michael J. Fox movie?
Well, that's a trip. Yeah, that's a trip. The first, when we were doing this, you know, and you showed us the movie. Remember we watched it at your house? And
we were doing a bunch of interviews, and it came out that none of them had actually seen the movie. Yeah. So I sat them down at my house, and we all watched the original Teen Wolf together. And when it was over, they all looked at me, and they were like, "That's not our show." What was that?
We're supposed to do that? Yeah, but I remember like loving Jerry Levine in it and cracking up and getting excited too about, you know, there was the version that, you know, since I hadn't seen it before, I kind of had started thinking about this character the way I saw it. I had my own take on it, but then I even wanted to start like implementing a little like Jerry Levine into it. I don't know if I did or not at all, but it was just cool to be Styles and for so many people to, you know, now know him and like him like I did, you know, so love him like I did.
I have one major lesson I learned on this show was to bring people up, to find out what people really want to do and to get them there, to help them get there. And it was really proud for me to see both Lyndon and Tyler become directors this season.
Yeah.
You're going to see their episodes. Guys, I just to ask my own question, what was it like to direct?
Oh my God, it was the coolest. I ever since I was a kid, I started acting really young, and I always kind of would film stuff, and I always kind of had that aspiration, and it just felt right. It felt right. I really want to start making my way towards that kind of avenue of this business. So thank you for giving me the opportunity. Thank you for trusting me. You're the greatest.
One thing I want to say about it, though, is when an actor says they want to direct, the producers get kind of worried about it. We're like, oh, God. The actor wants to direct. Can they do it? Are they going to be all right? I was up shooting another pilot in Canada while he was directing his episode, and everyone on set was texting me and sending pictures of Tyler and telling me what a phenomenal job he was doing. My DP, my first AD, my producers, they were all proudly texting me and showing me shots and showing me pictures of Tyler behind the camera. That's the kind of atmosphere we had on set. It wasn't it wasn't the actor wants to direct now. It was Tyler's gonna direct an episode, it's gonna be amazing. And that's the kind of atmosphere we had on the show. And it's a damn good episode.
Hey, Ty.
What's up, man?
What's up, buddy?
It's been so long, and I want to say that you guys are the best actors, cast, and this show is the best. And I will never forget about you guys forever.
Thank you.
And my final question before, as a sign of a goodbye, what's the most memorable thing you will never forget about Teen Wolf? This is for everyone.
The people, whether it was these guys or you guys. I mean, we know your name. We genuinely love the fans and our interactions with them, and we're all normal, real people. And so I'm gonna miss everybody so much, including you guys. So I'm gonna come to Comic-Con every year as a fan, and just kind of hang out, get drunk with you guys.
Let's go down the line. Melissa, what's the most memorable thing for you?
Just how lucky we all were to find each other.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Charlie?
Somebody pointed this out to me recently, and it really got to me in a really sweet way. A lot of you grew up watching this show. You might have started at 13 or 14, and now you're in your late teens or your early 20s or whatever. It doesn't matter what age you are.
44.
But you grew up watching us, just like we grew up watching, I don't know, the shows we grew up watching, and we grew up getting to play for you. So the fact that we've all been in each other's lives for 6 or over 6 years, that's amazing. That's pretty cool.
That was good.
I mean, my man Tyler said it best. It's, the people and each and every one of you and the connection, the relationship I have with everyone sitting up here. I know wherever we all go, we're all going to have each other, and that means the world to me.
How much we laughed. Yeah. I don't think I've ever laughed this much in my life. And
Shelly, remember when we had the phone conversation?
Yes. Jeff and I were just discussing my entrance to the show. I don't have an audition. Whatever. So I was asked to come do a small part on Teen Wolf. And then it turned into something bigger because Jeff is a doll and a lifesaver. And he called me, and I was at a gas station, and he asked if I wanted to stay on as Malia, and I was like, will you make her funny? And he's like, well, are you funny? And I was like, I guess we'll find out. And that's how I joined the show.
And she is very funny.
Thanks. The verdict's still out, but that's okay. Jeff, thank you. I'm not going to forget Jeff. Jeff, I think it all starts from the top, and from the tippy top to the very bottom, these people in our lives, even everybody here, I mean, everything that has touched us that involves Teen Wolf has been just so incredible. So thank you.
Thank you. You guys got memorable stuff. What about you guys? Now they're going to make me cry.
Can I add one thing to it?
Yeah.
To me, it was watching these kids grow up. I'm not their dad, and they got perfectly good dads, but I couldn't be more proud of you guys. I couldn't be more proud. Just...
You guys want to say?
Yeah, I just think the most memorable thing, besides every day on set filming with these guys, is I never thought I was ever gonna be at Comic-Con, just specifically. Like, this is insane. I just auditioned for a character, and now I'm here. So I'm just, every experience has been a ride, and I'm just thankful to be a part of something that was just so cool, so cool. That's awesome.
All right, we can do one more question. It's quick.
Yes.
We're playing the music. See, Ty. Thanks, buddy.
Oh my God.
And don't start with, this is for everyone on the panel.
Sorry, it is.
Nice. Hell yeah.
What's your favorite Frank?
Drag it out.
Your show has inspired me more than I can express. And just knowing that amazing people like you exist and can succeed in this world without becoming corrupt, this sounds so weird, is an incredible comfort for me. Last year, watching you all helped me through my darkest hour, discovering a world of strength and support and pack made my own monsters seem a little less terrifying. So when things have gotten hard for you in your lives, what got you through it, and what advice can you offer those of us still struggling through the dark?
Wow, this sounds like a question for you, Tyler, or you, Dylan. You guys want to answer?
Sure, yeah, totally. By the way, thank you for saying that. I know how personal that is and how scary that could be sometimes. I go through a lot of gnarly, dark stuff too, and what helps me, my friends, my family. A lot of times when I get down to a dark point, I don't want to do anything. I don't want to see anybody. But usually friends and people that you love are the only people that can pull you out. And I can't even say how many times Dill has just helped me see the better side of things and be inspired by him. And I mean, this truly doesn't happen a lot. This little dynamic that we all have here. So this is really great. And you know, just reach out, you know, really talk to people. Therapy is always great. You know, you got to try it out, see if you like it, see if it works for you. But yeah, just talk like you're doing right now. This is incredible. I just recently started coming out about all the stuff that I got going on. So I really respect it, and just keep doing that kind of thing. You know, life isn't always supposed to be happy. It's just not the way it is. It just doesn't really make sense that way. You know, there's supposed to be good and bad. And learning to deal with all of the good and bad kind of creates this wholeness in you. And I think that's what people are searching for rather than happiness, is just being whole. And so you got to accept the good and the bad and know that they're all out there. So, talk.
Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise and let them hear it. The cast and creative team of Teen Wolf.
Please ask respectful questions of our guests. Please line up in an orderly fashion for the Q&A microphone. Do not run to get in line. Do not make personal requests. Due to time limitations, not everyone in line will be able to ask their question. Please ask only one question. Keep in mind your question will be screened before you're able to ask it. Restrooms are located inside Hall H to the right of the seating area.